absolutely, absolutely love trading. Trading is something that's really helped myself and my family to become financially free, to be able to live the lifestyle that we do. And I believe that every single person has a right to learn this skill set. And so what we've been able to do over the last 4 years is a lot of people have been able to quit their full-time jobs, create additional income streams, learn from the simplicity of a mobile phone. How many of us have a mobile phone? Each and every one of us have a mobile phone, and that mobile phone should be paying us, ladies and gentlemen. And so what we decided to do, myself and my beautiful, beautiful sister, Tosin Orfadeju, is we decided to do a stack for summer to expose individuals to the world of trading. In particular, I am your gold queen, and Tosin is the indices queen. She does the early session, 6 a.m. in the morning. Those of you that traded with her 6 a.m. yesterday morning, you would have been 750 pips up right now, which, boom, we're going to get into the jargon in a moment. Those of you that traded yesterday with me, you would have got into that gold trade, and we are still making profits. If you were here yesterday and made some money on gold, type gold inside the chat. So Tosin's call is quite high level, where you go on there and you're doing high risk trades, but high reward trades. I'm the girl that's going to break things down to you in a real simple way. I'm not going to use jargon. I'm going to be very simplistic. And we're going to do it in a safe way, okay? What I absolutely love about this style of trading, guys, anyone can do it as long as you follow the rules, okay? Type rules inside the chat box. And what I get you to type is going to be the very important things that I don't want you to forget, okay? Rules. We have rules when it comes to trading, and as long as you can follow the rules, you can make money here, okay? Very, very important. All right, so let's get through to these rules. What is rule number 1, okay? If you were here yesterday, you should have your notebooks. You should know the rules off head. And if you wasn't here yesterday, then please write these rules down so you can get your head around this trading space. Excellent point for Trevor there. Gratitude. Gratitude is a must. Why do we have to get our mindset in a gratitude environment? We got to get ourselves in a place of removing distractions. Trading is a risk, guys. Trading is a complex skill set. Trading is, I would say, like surgery. When it comes to, the medical field, trading is the highest form of financial literacy that you can have. So we've got to make sure our minds are right. Very, very important. And how we do that is we get ourselves in a mind of gratitude. We get ourselves high energy. That's why I put on music, I'm dancing, I'm removing all distractions, forgetting about what's going on outside, what's not happening, any fears, worries, stresses. We want to forget that and be in a mindset of gratitude. So in order for us to execute number 1, find the chat box and let me know what you're currently grateful for today. Okay, I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for the internet. I'm also grateful for connections, networks. I'm grateful for my beautiful children that are on 10 weeks holiday from school. And you may hear them today, but we're going to make some money as well. I'm also grateful for the fact that I am able to make money anywhere around the world with this incredible opportunity that is the Forex and cryptocurrency market, and of course, Envision You, right? I'm so grateful right now. I'm in an attitude of gratitude. I feel it. I can see you guys in the chat box feel it as well. Excellent. What is rule number 2? So rule number 2, guys, who's got their notes? Let's see who is going to get us rule number 2. Let's see what's going on in here. Yes, Bongani, straight in there, my sister. Rule number 2 is we want to check the news, okay? Why do we want to check the news, ladies and gentlemen? The reason why we want to check the news is because we want to make sure nothing crazy is going on in the world, okay, that could affect our trading, okay? So we go to a place called forexfactory.com, okay? So we're going to pull that up right now. Hopefully you will be able to see my screen in about 3, 2, 1. Let's go, okay? Let me know that you can see my screen here and you can see the incredible Forex Factory. So Forex Factory is going to tell us what is happening in the world right now that could potentially affect our trades. Now, those of you know that yesterday when we looked, we saw a few of these red folders, okay? There was loads of things happening. It was the first of the month yesterday. Today being the second of the month, guys, there is one red folder, okay? One red folder. Now, what do we do when we see a red folder? Let's see who remembers what it is that we need to do. We need to look for the red folders and know red means danger, okay? Everyone type in the chat, danger. Red means danger. So we look at the time, and we also want to make sure the time is right for our local time on forexfactory.com, okay, which it is here in the UK, 3:15. And red means danger. So I don't care about the yellow ones. I don't really care about the orange ones. You know, there are also gray ones for bank holidays, which we can be a little bit mindful for, but red means danger. So we want to avoid, which one is it there? The United States dollar at 1:15 p.m. today, which is gone, right? So what my rule is I want to avoid trading the United States dollar an hour before and an hour after as well, okay? So 3:15 for me, my time, okay, would be able to allow us to get inside the trades. All right, can you zoom in a bit more? Good question. Now, you don't have to be tech savvy to do this trading thing, but how do I zoom in more? Hopefully, okay, we'll figure that out in a minute. I got you guys, all right? But can you see this red folder? Put a yes in the chat if you can. All you need to look for, guys, is the red folder. Next to it, you're going to see the currency that you're going to avoid, which is this one is the United States dollar, okay? And it's telling us why non-farm employment change is happening. We don't really care. We just know it's a red folder and we want to avoid trading the US dollar. Now, this is a gold session and we always trade gold against the US dollar. So we know that we would not have traded this an hour ago and up to 3:15 today. And it's just gone 3:15 now. So we're pretty safe to get into the trades. But we also just want to be very cautious, you know, ready because of the fact that there's been a red folder today, okay? So 2 rules so far: gratitude and checking the news. Put a yes or a yes in the chat if that makes sense. Very simple, right? Easy steps that anybody at all can do when it comes to getting themselves into trading. Excellent. We are all, listen, I knew you guys would be first-class students. Absolutely love it here. If you're brand new to trading, brand new on this call, maybe you're a guest, don't worry, you're absolutely in great hands. We're going to look after you today. Okay, rule number 3. Where's my star pupils? What is rule number 3? Who's going to give me rule number 3? What are we doing? Rule number 3, guys. Let's see who we have here. Who was paying attention yesterday? Rule number 3. All right. Let me see. Yes, Trevor, bonus points for you, bro. Bonus points. You are the star student. So we are looking at our risk management. That's rule number 3, risk management. Now, when you get into a trade, guys, you're going to have to place how much you are willing to risk on that trade, okay? Now, very simply, when we started to trade, you know, 4 years ago, we didn't have the EnvisionU prestigious app that we have right now. We had MetaTrader 4, okay? Now, MetaTrader 4, one of the worst things is you have to work out your trading risk to reward, okay? And so with that, I'm just going to tell you the rules, okay? Rather than you having to work it out, you see that all in the education, but I'm just going to tell you what the risk management rules are. So 0.01 equals 10p, or I know we have people in US here, or 10 cents, okay? 0.01 is 10p or 10 cents, all right? 0.02 is 20p or 20 cents, okay? 0.03, someone tell me, what is 0.03? Where are my star students on this call right now? Okay, if you're trading a 0.03 lot size, which is the metrics that we use, it is indeed 30p or 30 cents. Excellent. So how do we know what to trade? Now, the rule of thumb is for every £100 that is in your account, or $100, you would trade 0.01. So if you fund your trading account with £100 or $100, that's going to be 0.01 that you're going to place on that trade, okay? 10p or 10 cents, right? If you had £200 in your trading account, then each trade that you place would be no more than 0.02. That's 20p or 20 cents, right? Now, think about this in logical sense, guys. If you have £200 inside your trade account and you put £200 on one trade and you lose that trade, what's going to happen? Your account has no money and it's blown. It's busted, okay? And I know none of you on this call have ever blown an account. You've never got greedy. You've always stuck to the rules and you've never busted your accounts, right? But there's a reason why these rules are in place, so that you're able to really be safe when it comes to trading. So £300 equals 0.03. So what would £400 be, guys? If you put £400 in your trading account, what will be the lot size that you will be using when it comes to placing per trade? Okay, let's make sure we're all clear on this. 0.04, which is 40p or 40 cents. Boom, you guys are the best traders ever. I love you guys. You're better than the last lot. Excellent. Okay, so what if you had £1,000 in your account or $1,000 in your account? What would your lot size be there? Let's see what everybody is going to drop on this call right now. Let's see. Okay, you had 1,000. Martin, star boy, star student, 0.10 is the answer, which is actually £1 or $1 for that trade. So that means if you have less than $1,000 in your account, guys, you should not be trading more than £1 or $1 per trade. Put a yes or yes if you understand that. That makes sense, because when it comes to placing these trades, we want to make sure we follow the rules, okay? Now, normally, if you are trading with Tosin, which is the indices, that's the big boy stuff, you cannot trade with her without £1,000 because she's trading oil, US 30. She's doing some of the big, SPX 500. These are the big boy trades. You cannot trade with her with less than 1,000. With me on gold, guys, normally I'd say £200 minimum, but of course you can still trade with £100 as well, okay, but you have to be safe. Normally I'd say half a lot size. So the normal rule is 0.01 per 100. Okay, with gold, I would normally say 200 at 0.01, but we're going to do 0.01 per 100 because it's still safe, but gold can move very, very fast. You can win very big, and we're going to look at the numbers in a moment, but you can also lose big. Okay, so we want to make sure we stick to the risk management, and we definitely do not go over. Okay, you can always trade under, but you never want to go over when it comes to trading. All right, the next rule, guys. Someone tell me rule number 4. What's rule number 4 before we get into these trades, okay? So we got risk management, 0.01 per 100, okay? And the next rule is, of course, making sure that it's a maximum of 5 trades open at any one time, okay? You do not want more than 5 trades open, guys, all right? If you're trading gold, it's 3 trades open at any one time, all right? Because of the volatility of the market, you're going to see how fast the market moves. We do not want to have a lot of trades open. I remember there was a time a couple of years ago, someone called me, panicked, 3 o'clock in the morning. Nikki, I've got all these trades open. The market's going crazy. I'm about to lose my money, okay? So you don't want to have more than 3 trades open for gold or 5 trades open for your standard Forex currencies, okay? No more than 3 trades open at any one time for gold or 5 for your standard currencies. With Tosin, it's 1 trade open at a time, guys. Don't play with it. Very, very dangerous stuff. So let me make sure we all understand how many trades can we have open at any one time when we are trading gold, okay? Trading gold, how many? There we go. Dr. Chanita Foster on a call there. Ambassador, let me correct myself. Straight in there with the answer. You're getting a lucky star later, sis. Excellent. You guys are doing what needs to be done. Boom. All right, the next rule. Someone tell me, what is the next rule? All right, this is the final rule. No, we have 2 more rules, this one and 1 more. What is the next rule that we have when it comes to trading, guys? All right, and it's got something to do with love. I've been feeling wearing red lately. Maybe I'm falling in love again. All right, but it's got something to do with love. What do we do in love when it comes to trading? Okay, what do we do in love? Let's see if anyone from yesterday can remember what it is that we do. Because listen, guys, I have seen people make millions in this market, multi-millions. I've seen people lose multi-millions. That's it, Trevor. Boom. I think Trevor's in the lead with the answers. This next one, rule number 6, is we call each other out in love. If you see somebody over leveraging, meaning breaking the rules to save them, guys, we got to call them out in love, right? One of the things we have is we have inside the chat an energy and an environment of celebration, and we encourage everyone to put their trades in. We saw yesterday, we saw Lorraine put her gold trade in, and we celebrated Lorraine for making that trade and having a lovely blue trade, right? But what we won't celebrate is people that win or lose because they've broken the rules. We got to call each other out in love. Well done, Lorraine, you're on the call as well. We saw that trade, girl, and you definitely made some money yesterday with that gold trade, okay? So we call each other out in love. If we see someone breaking the rules, look, when someone drops their trade in, and if you know that person does not have 1,000 in their account and they're trading 0.01, you got to pick up the phone and say, hey, sis, bro, I know you won that time, but we got to remember to stay safe. I don't want you to lose money. I don't want you to be in a position where, you know, you're having to remortgage your house. You're having to, you know, you can't afford your subscription next month. We want to make sure that you're safe. So we're going to call each other out in love. And, you know, we also celebrating each other. That's another part of that rule, is to celebrate and call each other out in love. All right, don't ever hate on someone, guys. When you see someone's made it really good in the markets that day, celebrate them, encourage them, right? I see Lorraine dropped in the chat, and, you know, I see some people celebrating. I didn't see everybody celebrating. So let's get into a spirit of celebration, but also as well call each other out in love. Now, before we get to the last rule, are we all in agreement of that? Let's all say aye, or put some 7s in the chat if we are in agreement with the rules thus far. Because if you ain't in agreement, this is the time for you to politely leave, because you ain't gonna make it any further than this, guys, if we can't all agree to these rules. And we're gonna do this and have some fun in the same period. Excellent. Now, the final rule, which I love, and I think this is the reason how we were able to buy our house, this is the reason why we've been able to have the success, is this final rule here. This is one thing I never, ever, ever trade without. Someone type in the chat box, what's the final rule? What do we use? What's the tool that we use when it comes to trading, guys? What's the tool? Oh yeah, we missed that one. We got one more rule after that. That wasn't the one I was thinking. I was thinking of the last one. But yes, we must definitely not trade without a stop loss. Okay, thank you, Bev, for reminding that. And Bongani's gone with the last one as well, the wealth plan. Why is the stop loss important, guys? And we're going to see this live when we go into the live trading now. But you should never trade, okay, with the stop loss. That was number 6, actually. The stop loss will protect your account. So here's what the stop loss does. When the trade is going in the right direction, your take profit will take the profit for you, so you don't have to stare at the trade all day. But if your trade goes the wrong way, let's say you entered into the trade, you marked up beautifully, but there was some news that happened that you didn't check, and the news made the trade go crazy, right? What's going to happen is the market's going to go the other way, and your trade is now in a losing position. What the stop loss does is it cuts you out in that losing position before the trade takes your entire account. And we're going to look in a moment at how to set our stop loss and where to set that stop loss. Do not trade without a stop loss. It's going to protect you, guys. And what you can do, especially as a new trader, using our app that we have with Envision you can actually set it that it cuts you out if the trade gets to minus $10. Okay, so you can say, I only want to risk $10 on this trade. With, you know, the old school apps, you couldn't do that. You had to work out the metrics, calculate the pips, and you had to put it in manually, and then you had to work it out manually. But now we're so blessed. We have the Envision You app, and that app does the stop losses for us, which is fantastic. But we're still going to go into how to set your stop loss. But the main important thing is when you set your trade, you're saying to the trade, this is how much I want to make, and this is the potential loss that I'm willing to take. If you do not put a stop loss, it will wipe your entire account if the trade goes bad. Okay, and that's not a good thing. All right. And the final rule, ladies and gentlemen, as was said there, is a wealth plan. Every single person needs to have a wealth plan. Now, how many of you from yesterday created your wealth plan? Put me in the chat. And if you need to create a wealth plan, put an 8 in the chat box, right? And we're going to have a look at this wealth plan here. And this is the one that we looked at yesterday. So we're going to do this one here. Okay. So here's the wealth plan here. And you can get this from compounddaily.org. All right. And all you're simply doing is you're putting in the numbers of what it is that you want to do when it comes to your trading account. So let's say, for example, you funded your trading account with $200 or £200, right? And we want to be really nice and safe, and we want to grow that by 5% every single day, okay? And feel free to take a screenshot of this if you want to. Now, I think, guys, and using my experience over the last 4 years, most people's attention span when it comes to trading and being focused and disciplined does not last over a 90-day period. So I'm going to set us a wealth plan for 90 days, okay? Starting today, if you're, if today's your first day, 90 days. If you've already started, you would have been from yesterday, and today would be now 89 days left for you, okay? Now, when I used to trade, I used to do 100% reinvestment. But I think, as my mom says, encouragement sweetens labor. So instead of reinvesting the whole of the profits, I'm going to reinvest 90% and then withdraw 10% every week, okay? Because I think it's important to reward yourself. And, today's Wealth Wednesday, I want to change it to Withdrawal Wednesday. Every Wednesday, guys, give yourself a treat and withdraw from your trading account. So instead of reinvesting 100%, we're going to reinvest 90%, and we're going to withdraw 10% to give ourselves a really nice treat. Everyone happy with that? And we're not going to trade on weekends, just 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. So if you were doing this, just 5%, and I know some of you expert traders are going to say, Nikki, I can do 10. That's fine. But I want us to be really, really safe with this, guys. Okay, this is stacked for summer. We're not going to take too much risk. All right. And let's have a look at these numbers. So if you did this, guys, your $200, £200 today, in 90 days time, your balance will be £10,507, guys. How many of you are happy with that? Plus, you would have withdrawn $1,145 as well. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm happy with that, guys. On 200, someone tell me, how much would you get inside your bank account if you put 200 in there for 90 days? Now, I just want to be absolutely clear here, because some of you get greedy. This is why we've gone through the rules from the beginning, okay? It's very, very important to put it into perspective. Oh, Nikki, I can make more than that. Yes, you can. And most of you probably will. But how about we look at this from a perspective of what's going on in the world right now? Where could you go and flip 200 to 10,500? Well, technically it's 11,500 in 90 days, legally, safely, and at your own pace from the comfort of your mobile phone. I'll wait while you tell me this, guys. Nowhere. That's the answer. We're not going to wait anymore because there are no answers, right? So this is how we're going to do this. Now, let's look here very, very nicely at how we're going to do this every day, right? This is very, very safe, guys. Okay. So boom, you start with your 200. Remember, it's just 5% a day. So day one, we are going to earn £10 or $10, and then we're going to stop in our trade account, okay? Now, what we're going to do, remember, we're going to take some. So 209 will stay, and we'll have £1 for our cash, or $1 for the cash, right? Day two, you need to then do 1045. and then your total is 218. Okay, can you all see this? Every day we're gonna make this small, and you're like, Nikki, this is so small. All right, let me blow your mind right now. After 30 days of doing small, because my mum says 1 cocoa catch basket. Now, what that means is, it means you do little, it soon adds up, okay? So let's look at 30 days. After 30 days of doing these small, your 200 is now 749, and you've been able to make cash that you've withdrawn £60.95. Okay, you guys are not getting excited about that. Nikki, I can't retire my parents with that. Nikki, that's not going to make me quit my job. Well, let's look at 60 days. 60 days is now 2,805, and you've withdrawn 289, okay? And then after a 90-day period, ladies and gentlemen, you could see there 10,507 and 11.45 in cash. Now, here's what I advise. I advise you to withdraw, as I said, every Wednesday. So every 7 days from now, you are going to withdraw. So after day 7, you want to take out $7.99 and your balance will be $272. Now, some of you are like, Nikki, why am I really taking out $7.99? It's not the money, it's the principle. Who remembers withdrawing their first profits and spending their first profit? I remember why I did my first profits. I bought my friends some lunch. We went out to lunch, and it was so beautiful because I knew that it was profits, not wages. It was profits, not principle. And I tell you this, that $7.99 is going to be the best $7.99 you spend in your life, because you know that you made it from money on money. Okay, so every 7 days you look to make a withdrawal and you see your balance going up. Okay, so remember this, guys, as we get into the trades right now. So all of us are clear on the rules. Put yes or yes if you are happy with the rules right now. Okay, and if you have a look at this, guys, you're not making a lot every day. It's just small. £10, 10, 14 pounds. You know, £40 there, £50, £60, 80. The most you're going to make in any one day is £502 if you're doing it smartly and safely. Now, any of the experienced traders on this call, have you ever made £10 in a day? Put yes or yes. Come on now, right? Have you ever made £100 in a day, £500 in a day? Yes, we all have made those amounts in a day. All right, but we want to do it safely. I cannot stress trading safely, because the same way you can make it, guys, is the same way you can lose it. Right, so we're now all in agreement. Let's look at this bad boy. And look, guys, our trade is where it needs to be. So when it comes to trading, this is the gold trade. Okay, this is the charts. This is what we call trading view. Okay, now this is for the old school gang who want to mark up their charts manually. Okay, those of us that have the Envision You app, you don't need to mark up your charts manually because the app does it all for you. Okay, but for those of us that are on this call, for those of us that are on this call, ladies and gentlemen, that have never ever seen this before, I'm sure you're looking at this like, what in the Scooby-Doo? Who's just died? I mean, I can see some lines, I can see some markers, it looks all crazy. And let me just break this down to you exactly what we can see here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mark up this chart, and I'm going to show you how simple this is to do. Okay. And I'm not going to use any jargon whilst I do it. Now, the first thing you've got to understand about trading the Forex, cryptocurrency, gold market, indice market is it's not like stocks. We make money whether the market goes up or down. Okay. We don't care if the market goes down. We don't care if it goes up. All we have to do is predict which way it's going, and we'll make money. Okay, so let's put that out there. We don't care which way the market goes. It goes up, we make money. It goes down, we make money. We don't mind. The second thing is when we say we're buying, we're not actually buying. We're just putting the trade into our phone to say we think the market's going up. And when we say selling, we're not actually selling. We're just saying we want the market to go down. Okay. So very, very important for you to understand that buying and selling here is not like stocks where you're buying a piece of the asset. All buy means is I think the market is going up, and all sell means is I think the market is going down. And I can see Donetta on here has got the old terms, bullish and bearish. Okay, bullish means the market's going up. Bearish means the market's going down, but I'm not going to use those words today. I'm going to keep it very simple. Okay, we think the market's going up, we're going to buy, and we think the market's going down, we're going to sell. Does everyone understand that? Okay, we buy when the market's low because we think it's going to go up, and we sell when the market's high because we think it's going to go down. Okay, very simple. All right, so buy means up, sell means down. Very, very simple. Now, yesterday, we predicted that the market was going to move from our black line to our green line, okay? And those of you that got into that trade, you would have made that money. We also predicted that the market was going to come back to either this red line or this red line. And I'm very, very sure, guys, that we're going to be able to enter into this trade coming up soon. Now, if it rejects this green line here, we could enter into this trade here. So all these lines are key zones, okay? So the first thing for those of you that are new, I want you to write down is we analyze the market in zones, okay? Zones. Now, all the zones mean is where the trade is hanging out, okay? Where's the trade hanging out? What zone is the trade hanging out, right? So if you have a look here, let's go back. You can see that the trade was hanging out in the purple zone and the red zone. So it was hitting the purple line, bouncing off to the red line, hitting the purple line, coming back to the red line, bouncing to the purple line. I mean, it broke the zone down here, but ultimately it kept coming back to the red line. Can we all see where the zone starts, purple line, and where the zone ends on this red line? Put a yes if you can see that. And you can see the trade was just playing around in here. It did a little dummy, it dropped down a bit, but then it went back to its comfort zone, and it loved playing around in this zone, okay? So we could have very simply pressed buy on the purple line and then closed out our trade on the red line, and we would have made, because I know you guys want to hear about the money, on a 0.01, which is 10 cents or 10p. If you would have got in on the purple line and closed out on the red line, someone's waiting to get in. Let's do this. You would have got in on the purple line here. Why is this sticking? Let's do that again. See, the money is... Why isn't that going up for me? Let's see what I do. I'm going to use the old clicker. I've got so many clickers here, guys. Bear with me. See if this will work. So we can see the money here. Is this not working, yo? All right, let's refresh the page. This is why I don't use TradingView, and this is why I like using our EnvisionU app. But anyway, that's a side note. So if we would have entered in the market on, why is this not working, yo? We will work out the monies now, guys. We will. So whilst I'm figuring out why this is not moving all the way up, let me give my old device a bit of a clean. Oh, there we go. It looks like it's back to the action. Gold moves in zones, right? Gold moves in zones. And we want to work out here. Ah, that's why. Got it. There we go. Boom. So gold moves in zones. So if you would have placed this trade on the purple line and you would have got out on the red line on a 10-cent trade, you would have made £13.91. Okay, 10p, you would have made £13.91. How many of you think that's pretty decent, right? Pretty decent for a few hours of setting it and forget it, right? 30. If you would have traded 1.0, which is a pound, you would have made 139. And if you would have traded £10, you would have made 1,391 in the space of a purple line to a red line. How about that, guys? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful move? I absolutely love the way gold moves, right? Gold is very predictable. It's going to move in zones, okay? So if you would have done 10 cents, you would have made $13.91. If it was $1, you would have made $139. And if it was $10, you would have made $1,391, okay? I don't know about you guys, maybe you're not turned on by that. Well, let me show you a bigger move, okay? If you would have held out a few days and waited for the next purple zone, you would have made 5,815 on a pound. Anyone excited about that? Yeah? I don't know. Listen, I told you guys, come bring energy, right? Don't let me start talking about money and the chat box goes quiet, right? This is what we call the big bad gal move, okay? These are the moves that I hold out for. These are the moves that those of you that panic, you'll close out early, you'll close out far. Some of you would have closed out at this red line, that black line, this green line. But I'm patient. I'm a hold out. Listen, hold out, right? And it actually hit our green line here, which is 6,490 pounds on a 1 pound move. And I actually like that move right there, okay? So here's the thing. When we analyze and we see gold has left the zone, we know, guys, that there's one thing that's going to happen. It's either going to create a new zone or it's faking you out to go back into the old zone, okay? So let's have a look here. We're now in the new zone territory, okay? So here is the new zone territory that we're looking at here. And gold has been playing around, all right, between this bottom red line here up to our green line up here, okay? So this is the new zone, particularly the black line and the purple line. Can you guys see this? It is every time it hits this black line, it goes back off. Every time it hits this black line, it goes back off. Every time it hits this black line, now look, it hit the black line, hit the green line, but then it faked us and it's coming back down now to what I said yesterday, our red line. So yesterday we did a short move here from the black line to the green line, okay? And some of us made money, some of us didn't want to risk it. And I did say that we could come back to this red line. We did this yesterday. And so I'm predicting, guys, the gold, remember the zones that gold likes to play around in. It's going to go back to where its comfort zone is. So right now, what we're looking at is to see where gold rejects off of the lines, okay? So if it rejects the line, then we know there's a potential reversal and we can get in for a buy to get all of this money. So as we said yesterday, we're getting back to our lines from yesterday. We're waiting for it to hit this red line and reject. And guess what? We're going to have all of this money right here, which is £439 on a 1 pound trade, 10 pound trade, 4,398. And on a 10p trade, £43, okay? For dollars, you're looking at on 10 cents, $43. On a dollar, you're looking at $439. And on $10, you're looking at $4,398 on this trade. Someone get excited about that. We want it to hurry up and hit the red line. How many of you now loving these red lines and loving the lines? Because now you're like, come on, bad boy, come hit the line. Look, we're seeing movement, guys. We are definitely seeing movement. Now, some of you may say, but Nikki, couldn't we just do a short sell here? Why on earth are we going to get into this tiny little trade when we have this big one loading up? Some of you that are scalpers, scalping means you get in and get out really quickly. Some of you may want to do that. I definitely do not encourage that. I am waiting for the big boy moves. I'm happy to wait for this move, and simply the numbers on the lines, guys, are the numbers that you would copy into your device. Now, thankfully for us at EnvisionU, we don't need to worry about drawing all this up because the numbers are sent directly to us in our devices, okay? So we're going to get the numbers sent to us, and all we have to do is swipe, and guess what? We are in the trade. And when we swipe, it doesn't just put in where we're going to enter the trade and where we're going to get out. It also puts in our stop loss. Remember that stop loss from earlier? Now, let's say, for example, guys, you didn't want to be greedy, okay? You can get out of the trade early if you wanted to. So let's say you got in here and you said, Nikki, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just going to go for the black line. Okay, it's safer. It's going to get there quicker. And, you know, my wealth plan says I only need to make $10 for the day. I only need to make £10 for the day. So you may not be like me, which is somebody who's patient. I've got a bigger account and I'm happy to wait for it to hit my top purple line or the green line. You may say, look, I'm just going to, you know, I've got my $200 account, I've got my £200 account. So I'm just going to go for the black line right there. You're going to enter on the red line, guys, and then you're going to get out on the black line. And that's still going to give you $15.61 on a 10-cent trade. £15.61 on a 10-cent trade. Don't all get excited, but let's go back to our wealth plan and let's have a look, guys. Is that something that we are happy to do? Like, are we happy with that? Well, guess what? Our wealth plan says we want to make $10 for the day. It says tomorrow we want to make $10.45. Now, this is the thing. This is what I need us to understand. You see the big move and then you start to get greedy. Some of you are like already like, oh gosh, I'm ready for this market. But one cocoa catches basket. You're not going to risk your entire money on one trade. Okay. Are you all still with me? Are we all still alive? All right. Are we all still alive? Let me just make sure I'm alive. So I'm alive right now. I'm definitely alive. So whilst you guys are deciding whether you're alive, before I give us the trade for the day, right? Before I give us the trade for the day, I'm gonna make sure I give myself, listen, I think I overdosed on this stuff yesterday. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. I honestly feel like that's why the trades were doing well yesterday. I was seeing trades that weren't even there and we were making money in these markets, right? And so I think it's definitely this Alive Juice doing what it needs to do. So instead of me doing over, I put water in mine today. I'm gonna take my time and drink this nicely. Right, we're still alive. We're all alive. Who's ready to toast with me? Good. Excellent. So now we understand a little bit about the markets. Let's see if we can go ahead and place a trade. Let's see if we can get ourselves set up ready for this bad boy to come. Now, also remember, guys, what happened today? At 1 o'clock today, 1:15, there was crazy news. And crazy news does things like this in the market, gives you these long movements, candles they're called, okay? But we're going to call them long movements so no one gets confused, right? You can see this stuff happening, and that's normally based on news happening and crazy stuff happening in the market. So we don't want to rush and get in this trade. Like I'm tempted, like I did yesterday, I'm tempted to get in for a buy on this from the green line because this is still a zone. But because the market, what time? We have 7 minutes left of this movement here. And I believe that this trade could potentially not just hit our red line, but I don't know if gold is going to go back to 1915, which is our purple line, because that's its comfort zone down here. We want to just make sure that we see a rejection before we get into this trade, okay? So I'm going to give those of you that are, you know, professionals, I say, those of you that have been trading, I know you're here for the parameters. So let me give you the parameters so you know, okay, exactly what it is that we're doing here, okay? So we are looking at 1929.51, okay, as our entry. Now, if this zone is broken, meaning that it breaks the red zone, then it can potentially get to 1915. But let's not worry about that. It might happen on this call. It might happen live on this call. We're going to see, because we've got 6 minutes left until this candle ends, and I believe it's going to reach for this red line. You see, they say I'm the obvious lady of the charts. I don't know why, but it's happened before. We're live on the call, guys. It happens multiple times. That's why I love trading at this time, where I think we're going to get here. So how would we then assess our stop loss? All right. Now, this is very important. Now, think about this. If we're trading, say, 10 cent, okay, and I will put my stop. Let me go ahead and find this here for you guys. All right. I will put my stop around here because this is where I see the market plays around a bit as well, around here. I'm not risking too much on this trade, okay? So I would risk this much. So this is $5, okay? Couldn't have done it better myself. So I'm risking $5. If the market comes to this purple line, it will cut me out the trade, okay? If I enter in on this red line and the market comes too far down, I'm asking the trade to cut me out here and I will lose $5, okay? Does that make sense, everyone? $5 we're risking on this trade. This is on 0.01 on 10p, okay? So we're risking $5 in order to make 16, 25, or 45, right? So we're risking 5 to make 16, 25, or 45. So let's say, for example, we're just going for the smallest, which is 16. If I lost the trade, that's $5. If I entered the trade again, that's $10, right? If I entered the trade again and lost it, if I lost this trade 3 times, I would lose $15. And then the 4th time I enter the trade, I win the trade and I make $16. I've actually made $1 more than the 3 trades that I've lost. Does that make sense? If I enter the trade 3 times and I hit the stop, I lose $5, $10, $15, 15 pounds. And if I then win it the 4th time, I'm then 16 up, which means I'm £1 or $1 in profit. Now, what does that mean? It means that my risk to reward is 3 to 1, right? That means that I can potentially lose 3 trades, win 1 trade, and still be profitable. Now, if I was going here, guys, at 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, that means I could lose the trade 5 times, win it once, and still be in profit. And if I was here at 45, listen, guys, if you were doing moves like this at $45 for a $5 risk, okay, you could lose that trade 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's say you lost a trade 5 times. And the 6th time you entered it, you made $45, you would still be $20 up. So you don't need to even win more than you lose. What you need to do is make sure that your stop loss is in the right place. Does everyone understand? Because here's the danger of not having a stop loss. If you don't have a stop loss, the market will just keep going and keep going and keep eating out your account until you're wiped out and have no money. And then you can't add on any more trades without putting more money in. Now, if your stop loss was all the way down here, would that make sense, guys? Would it make sense to risk 24 pounds or $24 to make 16? That's how some of you trade, though. You're so emotional into it, you're jumping in trades and you're not working out your risk to reward, okay? It's important. I don't get into a trade that has a risk to reward of less than 3 to 1, okay? I ain't getting in a trade that's less than 3 to 1. It's got to make sense. Someone say, make it make sense. It's got to make sense. Don't just press buy. Don't just press sell. Don't be jumping into trades just because they always hit the line. Let me get in. No, it's got to make sense, right? And this is why education is important. Guys, we're not on this call for me to give you a whole masterclass on trading. That's what the academy is for. That's what the video is for. That's what smart and the AI technology is for. But what I am here to do is to expose you to this so you understand that this is a serious skill set. And I haven't used any jargon today. I'm not overcomplicating strategy and all the other things that you're going to learn to help you in the trading markets. But what I am doing is saying to you, if you learn this stuff, if you give it 12 to 18 months, guys, I've been doing this 4 years. The first year and a half, I made nothing. I wish somebody had this conversation. I'm your big sister right now. I wish somebody had this conversation with me at the beginning of my trading journey so I could take it seriously sooner. How many of you want to take your trading seriously right now? How many of you know that this has the serious power to free a nation? I have people in Jamaica that are now trading that have been able to change their lives. People in other countries that don't have the availability to get jobs and stuff that are now downloading this app and being able to change their lives, guys. Take your trading journey seriously. Make it make sense. Do not be emotional when you're getting into these charts. Make sure it makes sense. Understand your risk management. And of course, you know, really, really take your time and follow the rules that we've set. Now, here's a rule, guys. We never get into a trade in the middle of a zone. Never. What would be the danger of getting into a trade in the middle of the zone? So let's say, for example, I'm just going to create a line here. What if we got into the trade here, guys, right in the middle? What could be the danger? Reversal, yeah. What would be the danger of a reversal? What could be the danger by you doing that? What's the danger to your money? What's the danger to your account, guys? Right? Yeah. It's a no-brainer, Marsha. You're going to lose money. Is it worth the risk? The risk, it don't make sense. We get into the market, we get in on the zone. We ain't getting in the middle of a zone. That don't make sense. We ain't doing that. So let me delete that line so we don't get confused, okay? So where did I just say this stop loss was now, guys? At $5. Where was the $5? It was around here, wasn't it? I think it was around here. Let me work it out. So I can give you guys these proper parameters. Look, the market's moving, the candle's just closed. Okay, so the 4 p.m. mark the 4 p.m. candles just started here and it's still going down. Okay, it's closed just above though, which is a sign that it may start to reverse. But let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. If we get a rejection on this candle, we potentially could get in for the buy. All right, but it's still looking like it's still pushing down a little bit. So we're going to wait. But here's the parameters. Let me see if I can get this to, you know, quick 5 so we can get the trade on. Okay, and yesterday was so good because as I marked it up, the Envision You app had sent all the numbers to us. So that just is a double confirmation for me that we are doing the right thing. So the thing is, with learning to chart up is great because you now have the skill set for yourself. And in fact, tomorrow's call at 3 o'clock, we're going to go through the rules again, just to make sure everyone has it all on lock, okay? But we're also going to do a session on how to chart up. So I'm going to show you how to actually mark up the charts, okay? Who would be interested in learning that? This is such a sexy skill set, especially for the girls. That's my party trick. I go everywhere, I'm like, oh, do you know how to do the charts? Hey, ain't nothing more sexy than a girl that knows how to make money in these markets, baby. Don't ever get it twisted. So I'm going to give you a one-time only special chart up session tomorrow at the same time, okay? But you got to make a promise. This is an exchange. This is not like, it's not a gift. It's an exchange. I'm looking for something in return, okay? I want you to make a promise to me that you are going to take your trading seriously, okay? You're going to take this trading seriously and you're going to go through the education inside the app. So do we need to do charts if you have the app? So technically you don't. So if you have the app, it's going to give you the parameters for you, okay? So if you have the app, it's going to give you all of, because the only reason we're doing these charts is to get these numbers on the right-hand side, which is what we then ultimately will put inside our app, okay? But here's the thing. When the app comes in with a trade, we simply swipe and execute. What I would want to do, and what I do when I'm looking at the trades inside the app, they're actually 87% accurate. So that's really, really good. We only need to win 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 3, but it's actually 8 out of 10, which is fantastic for the app that we have, right? I also want to be able to look at these, you know, charts and know, is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? Do I think the market's actually going to go up? Can I stay in this trade a little bit longer? Because the app will not tell you whether to close out at your first line, second line, or third line. You have to use your judgment to do that. So when the app gives you the 3 options, it's going to give you the 3 lines, it's going to give you your stop loss, and it's going to tell you where to enter into the market. What you then have to do is tell the app how much. So is it 10p, 10 cent, $1, £1? And you also have to tell the app which one of these key zones you're going to go for. Now, if you go for the lower one, then of course it's less profit. If you go for the higher one, then it is more profit, but more risk, okay? So that's a fantastic question. I'm new, so lots of questions. No, that's absolutely fine. That's why we're here. Okay. The app will give you the parameters, but we still kind of need to have a good judgment to know, well, what parameter should I go to? Now, if you're new, I would always suggest just go to the first parameter. It's called Take Profit 1, okay? Always just go to Take Profit 1. Take Profit 2 and 3 is if you kind of know how to assess. But obviously, if you learn this skill and you can learn how to assess, you're going to make more money. All right. But when you're starting, my advice is always Take Profit 1. The risk to reward is still very good. Look, let's have a look at it. Right. So even if you entered on this red line here and took it up to Take Profit 1 on 10 cents, you're still going to make $16. $16. Okay. 10p, you're still making £16. It's still pretty decent. If you entered in at the Take Profit 1, which is where you want to be at all the time if you're new. Because, and how long does this trade last? So this one, and this is another thing, guys, if you're sitting there staring at charts all day and you're staring at your app all day, you're doing it wrong. It's called set it and forget it, okay? So once you set your parameters, you don't really want to be checking your phone 100 times a day. Don't worry, that was me at first when I started trading. I'd be checking my trades consistently every single day. You don't want to be doing that, guys, okay? That is just crazy, all right? It's going to give you psychological problems as well, and you're going to be panicking all the time. But if you have a look at the trade we did yesterday, that took all of 4 hours. 4 hours to hit our Take Profit 1, and it went really close to Take Profit 2. I actually closed out. I don't know if anybody else closed out, but when I saw it so close, and this is the thing, you don't have to wait for it to hit that line before you take your money, okay? So I took my money out there. Those of you that are in the chat, you saw how much I made yesterday. I put the screenshot in there. I closed out early, right? I did not need any more money. I was happy with my profits. All right, but you don't have to wait, because look, this time it didn't hit it. It was very close to our second zone, Take Profit 2, but it didn't actually hit. And I was just like, you know what, it's hovering there. Let me just take my money. And thank God I did, because the market came right back to entry and is coming back down. Can you see now, guys, we have a green candle forming. Can you guys see this? This green candle is forming. And when I see this candle close, if it closes as a green, we're going to get in for a buy on this. If it closes as a red, we're going to wait for it to hit our red line. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Let me know. So that means at 5 p.m., we're going to see this candle. It's either going to be green as it is now, or it's going to be red. If it's green, we're going to get in for a buy and we're going to go up. We're going to get in. And we are going to have our Take Profit 1, 1945.75, Take Profit 2, 1954.93, and Take Profit 3, 1973.77, okay? And our stop would be 1929.69, okay? So that is in 50 minutes. What time is it Eastern time now? What time is it Eastern? So yes, midday Eastern time. So we're going to look at this candle, and if it's green at 12 Eastern or 5 p.m. UK time, we're going to get in for the buy. If it's red, that means it's still going to come down to our zone, and we're going to wait until it hits down here, and then we're going to get in a buy. Those of you know me know I don't like doing sells. We can make money on the down as well, okay? So you just press sell and you can make money on the down, but the price of gold is going up always. And at least I know it's always going to go back up, but sometimes it doesn't go back down, okay? So I always get in buys, but of course you're going to go through your academy videos and you'll learn how to take the risk to do a sell if you want to do sells. But on my sessions, I'm only going to teach buys. So some people be like, but Nikki, we sat and we waited and we could have gone in this trade. And this is the thing, guys, no FOMO. Put FOMO, no, N-O, FOMO, F-O-M-O. We don't do FOMO here. The fear of missing out. Oh my God, Nikki, I missed that trade. No, we don't do that. Okay. We don't do none of that. No FOMO here. There's so much money in the markets. It's a $7 trillion a day industry. We don't need to worry about a missed trade, guys. There's so much money over here. Okay. We don't have the fear of missing out. So yesterday, if you would have got in the sell, you could have made £30 on the sale, £306, or 3,063. Okay, so it's a big move, but I don't care. I don't have FOMO. I stick to my rules and I only do buys. That's just me. Okay, so that's that, guys. I hope you found this session amazing. If you have, please tag me in on social media. I am Nikki Sutherland. Let me know. Take a screenshot of the charts. Take screenshots. Let me know you've enjoyed this session. Spread the word. All right. Put your guests on this call, guys. Let them understand that this is a session that we're going to expose them. We're doing this for the whole month, guys. For the whole month, you can give your guests free passes to come on, share them the link. The link changes every day, and you can be able to get them on this session. Okay, tag me in on socials. Let me know that you have indeed enjoyed this session. All right. I am Nikki Sutherland. No underscores, no full stops or capital letters or any other digits. And please, guys, just another security thing. I will never be asking you for Bitcoin or money or anything on Instagram. There is a lot of scammers and a lot of fake accounts. All right. So if you're a guest on this call and you want to find out more, whoever put you on this call, speak with them about the next opportunity call that we have, where we break down how you can get started inside our financial literacy 2 that we have here inside Envision You. You've heard me refer to our app multiple times today. It is the best app that you're going to have. And the beautiful part of this app, guys, is it does most of the work that we've done on here for you. It gives you the numbers that you just have to swipe, and you can also earn some money on the back of it if you decide to launch as a business partner here inside Envision You. But if you're ready to buy your app right now, then whoever put you on this call, go to them and tell them to send you the link. It is literally £250, guys. $250. You simply enroll with a link, 30 seconds, and £150 or dollars each month that you want to continue to use it. You're going to get the training, the education, the videos. You have AI technology, and don't worry, it starts from basic, intermediate to advanced as well. All right. So welcome to Envision You. I'm going to see you tomorrow, same time. Different link will come out half an hour before the call. You have free passes to share with your guests, your friends. All right. And let me know when you make that money on that trade. Don't be shy to celebrate each other and celebrate yourself inside the community. Those of you inside the community, I also have a call tomorrow, okay, 7 and 9 p.m. We'll be showing this opportunity in its entirety with the Envision You opportunity. And that's the usual Zoom link that we have there as well. So please share your guests. That will be tomorrow, 7 and 9 p.m. It gives you time to be able to invite and share, you know, the great results that we've had today. So guys, love you lots. Thank you so much for your time. All right, take care. Have a great, great Wealth Wednesday. And I'm hoping next Wednesday is a withdrawal Wednesday for you. Don't forget to print off your wealth plans. Do not forget to print them off, have them up so that you're able to literally, okay, tick them as you go. Guys, let me just say this one more time. Let me show you this one more time so we know exactly what we're doing here, okay? Let's say, for example, you know, some of you made over £100 yesterday, right? On your wealth plan. Here, look, if you made over £100 yesterday on your wealth plan, you are already on day 10. So you don't have to let this, you know, the wealth plan last the 90 days. If you make over £100 in your first trade, guys, you're literally already day 10 of your plan, right? So you can now withdraw 1226, your balance will be 310, okay? So if you make a little bit more, you can jump the wealth plan, okay? Also as well, it allows room for, of course, when you have a day in the market where it hasn't gone so well. So give yourself breathing space. That's why I say print off this plan so you can see it everywhere. Put it on your fridge, put it in your bedroom, put it in your bathroom, and have that motivation for you each and every day. All right. God bless you guys. Happy Wealth Wednesday. Next week is your withdrawal Wednesday. God bless you. It's your girl, Nikki Sutherland. Take care. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out. Let's go.